So our next speaker is the one who got the most votes. So she's got like a really high expectation going on, I guess, making her nervous right now. Our speaker is Jennifer Fitzgerald. She's from Policy Genius, and she's up next.
Hey guys, I'm Jennifer and I'm a storyteller. I tell stories when I blog, I tell stories when I pitch investors about my company, and I tell stories on stage in New York City. And these are the lessons I've learned over the years about how to be a good storyteller. So I might have mentioned I compete in storytelling competitions in New York City called The Moth. And you have 5 minutes and you have to get on stage and you have to wow the audience in just 5 minutes. And I've seen epic stories about climbing Kilimanjaro or getting stabbed in just 5 minutes. So that means that you can tell your story, whatever it might be, in just 5 minutes. And the way that you do that is you have a single purpose. Is it to entertain, to inform, to persuade? Don't try to do too many things in your 5 minutes, and just have a single purpose and you will be just fine. And you can get through it without having to pack too many things. The number one mistake I see in amateur storytellers is no structure, right? Every good story has an arc. You have the setup, you have the conflict, and you have the resolution. Most storytellers actually just get bogged in the setup, talking about where it happened, why it happened, never getting to it. Pixar Studios said that all good stories can be reduced to this structure, right? Finding Nemo, The Godfather, Dude, Where's My Car? They all fit this structure. And if you're having trouble finding your arc, use this. Fill in these blanks because it actually helps. All right, this is moving quickly. So think about how your mom tells stories, right? She's telling you a story, and all of a sudden it grinds to a screeching halt because she's trying to remember, wait, was it July? Or no, wait, it was August when this happened. No, wait, maybe it was July. Guess what? Contextual details don't matter. Sorry, moms in the audience, they don't matter. So if you can't remember the details, just commit to one and keep moving. Keep moving. Like Shaq says, keep it moving. Good storytelling is like verbal bobsledding. It's got to be brisk. You got to have momentum, and you get bonus points if it feels a little bit reckless. And that's because the average attention span of your audience is going to be 15 seconds. And so the rule in stand-up comedy is you want to get a laugh every 15 seconds or you're dead, and the silences become too awkward. And that's the same rule when you're telling a story. It doesn't have to be a laugh. It can be a good informational nugget. It can be a juicy detail. But every 15 seconds, you want to deliver value. All right. You can't tell a story where you start awesome and you end awesome. That's not a story. That's bragging. Stories have change. Stories have a protagonist that you want to root for. Nobody wants to hear about the quarterback and the head cheerleader going to prom and getting crowned king and queen. That's not a story. Everybody wants to hear about they had diarrhea at the prom, though. That's a great story. When you're telling a story live, there's no better feeling than getting that first laugh. You relax, and it opens up a whole new level of storytelling. So you can do it, even if it's a sad story, you can slip some levity in there. But whatever you do, please do not be the 1 millionth guy to say, that's what she said in your story, or whatever tired catchphrase that's happening. It's not funny, it's really lazy, and all of you can do better than that. And I'm going to give you a little pro trick about creating your own joke. It's the list of 3. It's the expected, expected, unexpected. And the unexpected gets a laugh. And as soon as you start knowing this, you'll recognize it everywhere. In roasts, in toasts, in stand-ups, in sitcoms, it'll kill every single time. So I pulled a few examples from the New York stand-up scene, right? So McDonald's will not serve breakfast late. There are no other rules, though. Homeless guy living in the bathroom, cool. People throw up in line, cool. But 2 minutes late, no eggs, right? Zig, zig, zag. And that's your punchline. Here's another one. I can't think of anything worse after a night of drinking than waking up next to someone not being able to remember their name or how you met or why they're dead. Zig, zig, zag. And you can do it all the time. You're telling a toast, you're giving a presentation, zig, zig, zag. The most overlooked part of a story is a good ending, right? People get caught up in the conflict or a cool setting like Cancun Spring Break '97, and then it just kind of fizzles out into, yeah, that was awesome. Like, don't go out that way. Have a trusted ending that'll deliver satisfaction to your audience. Here are 3 common ones. Pick one and like go out a winner. And if you're a really good storyteller and have a good story like my favorite movie, Trading Places, you can actually end on all 3. Or if your story is informative like this one, you can end with a helpful recap for your audience. So these are the top 7 rules for storytelling that I've learned over the years. You guys master these, and you're going to be well on your way to being a pro storyteller. That's my time. Thank you.
Nailed it.